Hello everybody, my name is V. Narendra Kumar and we are from NRK Academy. Today we are in the Unit 2, Understanding the Various Subjects. Understanding the Various Subjects. And in the Unit 1 we had given us kind of clarity about what we mean by grasping a subject, knowing a subject, and why we should be a master of the basic subjects in a holistic way. Unit 2, Understanding the Various Subjects. Understanding the subject of English first. Let us now understand what basically at root is the subject of English. Is English only a language? What role does literature play in shaping or educating a student? These are the questions we answer in the following. Like any language, English is development of LSRW, listening, speaking, reading and writing skills. And LSRW skills start from sounds, syllables or letters and in the spoken and written form. It also consists of basic vocabulary sets and grasping the content in listening and reading. Is it the skill you need to have? The structure of English, the way the words are ordered and manipulated to express meaning is of course grammar. Now seen this way, grammar matters. It is good to know parts of speech, tenses, modals, methods of combining sentences, etc. In fact, English has a remarkably simple structure and it can be easily learned. This point should be kept in mind when teaching EFL, English as a foreign language, students. Thus, a holistic approach of practicing grammar with vocabulary, basic sets, a significant amount of reading and listening with 100% comprehension. Practice of speaking and writing gives us the core basic power of LSRW skills. So this we have given in our other videos. You can go to our master vocabulary, master grammar and master reading and listening with grammar analysis. You can go through those modules which is in the playlist which is there in our YouTube videos. But there's one more thing in English. But English as a subject begins with, we believe, basic LSRW skills, not ends with them. English as a subject is mainly literature, which means reading and appreciating deeply many samples of poetry, short stories, novels, and classic essays written by great masters. These masters express the common human condition, right? But in a manner that has the power to reach deep into us and make us very sensitive and actually fully human. This is the real, actual, profound function of literature in education. As simple as that. I think we all have understood what we mean by that. We all know what is literature, a great movie, a great classic story. That is what we have to do. Hundreds of poems, hundreds of short stories, novels, and all these are there in our NRK Academy playlists and videos. Next is understanding the subject of physical science and natural sciences. Normally what is called hard sciences. Science is a wondrous subject, really, but difficult to understand, especially with the kind of input we ourselves got in childhood. We didn't get the proper input in childhood. Most of us, we miss the real in-depth science, and that's what we'll explain here. Physical science needs us to observe the data from which we can see patterns and laws. The data is the world out there, right? But that is not how physical science is being taught. Actually, the laws and discoveries are stated abstractly, logically, and that becomes like authoritatively. The student does not understand from what observations the laws have come. As simple as that. So it becomes strange and unbelievable. If you simply say that everything is made up of atoms, for example, what does it really mean? Really, when I was young, I used to wonder, people are saying atoms, molecules, but I don't see them. True, everything is made up of atoms, but do you feel it? Do you see it? Is it real to you? It would be if some observations or experiments were done the same that the scientist had done then to discover or arrive at the laws. So you have to recreate that. Even the experiments are taught as theory. They just give the experiment. But the Dalton's law, for example, came from numerous experiments that showed clearly that two substances combine in definite ratios. So now why must this be so, wondered the scientists? Why is it that anytime you take one substance and another substance and they have a chemical reaction, they always combine in specific ratios only. 1:2 or 2:3 or something like that. And then Dalton realized that there must be something very small inside one substance combining with something small in the other substance. And this small one and that small one had fixed masses, right? And hence each small one from one substance combined with the small one from substance 2, and hence the fixed ratios came out as a whole. There might be billions of atoms here and millions of atoms there, but when they combine 1 1 1 1 or 1 2 1 2, they have fixed ratios, and that which is not combining comes out as residue. The small particles internally existing were thus called atoms. So this is a different way of learning, right? Then so many more experiments were done, and the whole atomic structure was revealed, not told authoritatively like a bully, logical bully. Then so many more experiments were done, and the whole atomic structure was revealed, and with that, so many doors were opened. We understood what is light and sound and heat and chemical reactions, strength of materials, liquids, gases, all at once, deeply, more deeply than we had discovered earlier. So every law, every pattern in reality, in nature, was discovered through some observations, through some experiments and thinking, both. So as we see, the observations have to come first, then the thinking, and then the thrilling discovery. And then when we teach like that, right, it feels like a rediscovery. The same freshness is there, the same power and the same beauty. The best thing about the good textbooks written by eminent educators and scientists is that the same approach explained above has been followed, and very well. So the teacher can himself engage in learning from good books, solid books, great books, and teaching both at the same time. So the teacher should be a learner and a teacher, and in self-educating he should teach himself. This has to be strictly followed, and we have explained the monitoring process later in this section. So there can be a monitoring process if you're an educator and you're running a school. Now, how do you understanding the subject of social sciences? So we have finished understanding the subject of English, understanding the subject of sciences. See how simple it is. We all have an intuitive understanding of understanding itself. Understanding the subject of social sciences. Social science, especially history, is about the world of men and how we live socially, politically, economically, and even the geography. History in that sense is the most important subject because it teaches us from where we have all come so far. The present world is the result of the past, and hence to know the past is actually to know the roots of everything. This is the power of history, not some memorizing some dates and names of kings. We can really know the roots from where these have come, science and technology, the roots of religion, the roots of the traditional rules, the systems of governance, and even the existence of countries. And many more things. It is a great power to have that information. And social science, history, politics, economics does exactly that. In the textbooks too, within the limitations of space, the whole story of man does unfold, really. And hence here too, textbook reading as a base and wider reading, and the first step is a must. Understanding the subject of math. Math is not at all a subject of mechanical rules. That is what is common in the schools. Math is a powerful tool by which we handle large measurements. Okay, handle large measurements and convey exactly the relationships among various quantities. So when you say v is equal to u plus at, the final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time, or you say gravitational force is equal to g m1 m2 by r square, you're relating some quantities here with some quantity here. This is the reason why math is a part of almost every subject. All the tools that math has were created by geniuses that has transformed the world today. We did not go to the moon by using physics alone, right? We needed lots of mathematical tools by which we could design a spaceship and project its trajectory. This example can be multiplied in so many situations and practically limitless. Math thus is a direct power, and understanding of math in such a way would lead you to a great global career. Really, it's as simple as that. So you have to understand maths of how it is being applied in a certain situation, and then maths comes alive. Otherwise, it will become just mechanical rules. You might get marks in it, but it will mean nothing. And that completes Unit 2. The next Unit 3, we have understood what are these subjects in a very core, deep essence, right? And because you all are adults, you must have clearly understood what we are heading towards. In Unit 3, we'll talk about the teaching process. What is the process? So you will find very strangely that these insights and methods we have given are not that difficult. It's simply that they are not being followed. But anybody can follow them. So we'll see that. Unit 3 in the next video. Thank you.